Good afternoon, everyone. Had a few questions about what all kinds of items that I had, so we'll give you a little peek into my collecting room. Now, it is a little bit of a mess right now. Remodeling a home you're living in while remodeling one that you're going to move into, I do not recommend, because this is what happens. But we'll go through some cases. If you have any requests about something you like to see a little more in depth, just let me know and we'll go more into that. Here's one case. Icorn police sword. I had to excuse the reflection. These cases don't open front face, so they slide, which is a little awkward, but let's see. Didn't really help much. That's one of my favorites, though. That's actually an SS volunteer helmet. If you notice, the rune is on the opposite side. Of course, as you know, I do like the Aulic porcelain. There's a 1943 plate, complete with box. M34 helmet. We've got the 44, another 43, 42. I'm still looking for 41 and 40. 40 is particularly hard to find. 44 is pretty difficult too. And here we have some Velvisberg silverware. This section here on the left is actually from the community center at Velvisberg. A couple SS fish knives, and on the right side we've got Velvisberg school, and it's actually got the SS runes in it. This silverware does. A little different pattern. On to this case. I've got some just random here daggers up here. Army. Of course, some more pieces of Aulic. Some more Army daggers here. Now this sword's pretty interesting. This was actually a surrender sword, and it was in possession of that guy right there. I've got all the paperwork on that, when and where it was surrendered. So that was that's a pretty interesting piece. Of course, more Aulic. Now this shelf is actually one of my favorite. I do love Icorn stuff, and these are all Icorn daggers. Got a glass grip right here. If you collect Icorn, you got to have an Aulic Icorn squirrel. And that page, that came out of an actual catalog, the Icorn catalog. I ran across a guy that had a catalog that was busted up into pieces, so I got some of the pages from him, and I thought they looked pretty interesting framed, so you'll see a few of those here and there. And more Icorn daggers. I've actually got every Icorn dagger pattern there is. There's the one's a little hard to find. The aluminum pattern. Notice a couple little dents. They're almost impossible to find without dents. Here we've got an officer visor, Army. Got the box. It's a private purchase. And got the paperwork of who it was to back in the day. Late model Army dagger here. Transitional. Mountain troop officer. And there's a couple more of the little artwork pieces I was telling you about. And just another pretty nice Army. The Aulic base. Oh, since we're here, we'll come back over on this side. Now this is actually a cane or golf club case, and I repurposed it and put swords in it. I've got them spread out a little bit so they're not super crowded. I've got 36 in this case, and like I said, it's kind of like how that turned out. So if you guys run across one, I recommend trying it. Back to over here, I have all of the Field Marshal series. I've got the Wrangles. They're looking both directions, and including that guy. Took me a couple years to find that one. That's the Lutzow, which is definitely the hardest to find. And like I said, buy the books. A couple Eichhorn catalogs. People ask me, what's the difference between the the brown ones and the orange one? You notice the 3541 squirrel and then the late model squirrel. Well, really, if you look in it, there's no difference. Pretty much the same. Again, buy the books. There's a Here Army Soup Bowl. I think those are pretty neat. They've got the the lion heads on the side. Oh yeah, and there's that's not really World War II. It's, I guess, just post World War II, because you notice they're trampling the Nazi flag. So they were claiming victory and elimination of the Nazis, and I guess having a party. That squirrel, again, I do like Eichhorn. It's just a bookend I ran across and thought it was pretty interesting. I liked it, so there it is. I kind of got a little bit of a workstation right here. More of a mess than anything. Just some extra stuff I've been working on here and there. World War I plates. Which I'll say most of this room is pretty much World War II. Again, buy books. But there are the occasional World War I. It's just I'm running out of room. Again, that's why I'm building another house, or remodeling another house. Gotta have your I do like the tags. Yes. Of course, the social welfare family, Red Cross family. The Eichhorn lightning bolts and hammered scabbard. And this is a Hermann Göring marked NCO visor. Now that one's an RAD. USA's. Now that one's a complete ground roam Eichhorn, partial ground Eichhorn. Still looking for the full roam. So at a reasonable price, of course, and that's why I don't have it. And here we have first model Luftwaffe daggers, Eichhorn early oval, and this one's even the earliest version. We call it transitional because it's got the staples in the scabbard. In the back, we've got two Horster Luftwaffe swords, mint condition. This one here's the aluminum pattern. The plate, and of course an Eichhorn and a WKC in really excellent condition. Of was Luftwaffe. So Hermann Goring there. Like I said, I use this. This room's gotten pretty small for me, so excuse the mess. But oh yeah, there's some few cuff titles. I do like cuff titles, so I've got a couple extras laying here. I was trying to reorganize some. Going through some armbands as well. And let's see. But that's the majority of what we've got out right now. And if there's anything that you've seen in the video that you would like to see more of, just let me know. Send a comment. Like the video, send a comment, and we'll do some individual videos. I'm going to start working on some stuff because I have a lot of people message me on Facebook and about different questions about authenticity, how to tell what's real, what's not, and just different things. So I've noticed it's hard to see, to find information for the basic collector, and for some reason a lot of collectors, not all, there's some very helpful ones out there, but a lot of the collectors think just because you've got a book, or if you don't have a book, that you should research it and figure it out on your own. Well, I agree with that somewhat, but I also think if if I've studied it and learned it and I can pass on that information, I'm glad to do that. It speeds up the process for the person trying to learn it, because if you get into this hobby, and if you know absolutely nothing about it, it's a little bit overwhelming. It's kind of like trying to drink water from a fire hose. It's definitely a learning curve. I've got fakes that I've bought, and it sucks. I've got them from very reputable dealers. I don't think they knew they were fake, because there's a couple times I've sent them back, and I think that's the way we should work the hobby. If it's fake, send it back. And if you're wanting to have a good business at this, long-term business, then you need to accept those returns and eat the loss. It just happens. You can't know everything there is to know about the hobby. It's literally impossible. There's so many different categories. There's SS, there's Army, and there's cloth, and there's helmets, and there's visors and hats and armbands, and on and on and on. So like I said, it's impossible to know everything. So like I said, if you've got any questions, please feel free to leave a comment, send us an email, and we will be glad to answer your questions and maybe get a little more in depth on a topic. If you've got a question, you're probably not the only one. There's probably somebody else out there that's got the question, the same question that you do. But until next time, hope you enjoyed this video. Again, like the video, like the channel. We're just getting started, so hopefully we'll have a lot more good things to come. See you later.